Hello, everyone. I'm Lonnie,
I'm Amber.
and we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. And this is Stranger Things 2 Review, Chapter 5, titled Dig
Yay.
Dug, which is pretty cool.
It's a reference.
Yeah, a pretty neat little reference. And I honestly thought that the kids would have ended up in the tunnels by now, but no, they didn't. It was actually um, Will's mom and Bob ended up in the tunnels, followed by some government people, and
Oh gosh.
they go in at the very end. Well, most of the episode was spent trying to figure out where Hopper ended up,
Mm-hmm.
and like Will is having these memory
Cartoon.
flashes.
Hey, cartoon.
Yo yo yo.
Anyway.
Oh, Will's having these. Oh, spoiler alert! We are spoiling the crap out of Chapter 5. So if
Yep.
you've not made it this far, back off now. We are actually going to be doing at least one more tonight. We will be doing Chapter 6.
Yeah, at least one more.
Huh?
So, yeah, at least one.
At least one more. Depending on how we feel, we may do another one, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there because it is kind of late. So, yeah, we are doing this live. Legacy tokens count. I believe we're actually doing 20 or 25.
You said 25 the other day.
Let
Did you
me
change it?
double check just to make sure. 25, and new subscribers are going to get 200 for new subscribers. But anyway, this episode was yet another fast-paced episode. Jonathan and Nancy were like off in a hotel.
Gosh, and what do you think they're doing? Like, I really don't know where they're going, taking this information to the conspiracy theorists.
Yeah,
But of course, I guess he has a pretty good thought,
he knows everybody thinks he's crazy,
right?
and
And even though he totally believes everything they're saying, he knows the public won't.
he illustrated some very good stuff there.
Yes.
Um, and that is the case. Like, if they're wanting to expose somebody, don't come out with stories of interdimensional travel and portals and monsters. Label it as a chemical spill. Make it somebody the public. Make it
Something
something
they can believe.
Make it something that the public will believe. Because he did mention that, even though they see behind the curtain and everything, that the public likes that curtain.
Hmm.
99% of the people out there don't want to know if the government is hiding aliens or doing this or that. They want to live in ignorance. Ignorance
They
is
do
bliss.
want to live in ignorance, or the public would panic because the public's stupid. When it
Pretty
comes to
much.
stuff like that. But anyway. But
So-
yeah, at first I didn't know, but then I was like, well, I mean, I guess they did the right thing because he gave them some excellent advice.
Yeah, and they end up going and seeing him, getting all this taken care of, and God only knows where they're going to end up. But that was a very entertaining segment,
It
to say
is.
the least.
It is very entertaining. You were kept wondering, what the hell are they doing?
Now, at the same time, Dustin caught the little mini
Oh my
Demogorgon.
God. That was comical, but also very stressful.
He got lucky.
He did
hit-
get fucking lucky.
Hitting it with the hockey stick and then knocking it directly and then getting it shut. The cellar doors, like the
Shut
storm
before it
shelter.
could get up there.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I guess that's like because it's young. So he's not fighting an adult, whatever it is.
yeah. I mean, holy crap. But yeah, this thing, it kind of makes me wonder how
He
many
let
more.
it out with baloney.
How many more of these things are there? I mean, there has to be more than one.
Oh God, yeah, there has to be more than one.
And it very much.
I still think there's a nest down there.
Oh, yeah. Well, they were already hearing things. Well, that's the thing. Like, what is it? Some kind of weird interdimensional ecosystem? We've got, like, the tentacles in the caves. We've got, like, the giant whirlwind monster. We've got the little demogorgons. We've got all the, I mean, like, all these
So
weird
is
things.
it just like this whole planet just Maybe he's trying to take over.
Kinda, in a way, reminds me of The Mist.
It does.
The Mist rolls in,
especially with the tentacle.
yeah,
part.
And it's got the big tentacle monster. It's got that the little bird moth things. It's got those. You know, the Mist had those giant stinging wasp looking things and the spiders and you know, then even those big giant like skyscraper tall looking big dinosaur nasty things that up at the top you can see the birds flying around them and stuff. They showed that at the very end of the movie and described it in the book quite a bit. But this reminds me of that. It's like, you know, the Mist rolled in that book and had its own like weird alien ecosystem, and
this is basically the same thing.
Yeah, this basically has the same thing. I don't even think really we've scratched the surface of what this stuff holds, because you know they've only covered maybe a quarter of a square mile.
Yeah, and it's
looking around, and there's all kinds of stuff, and it's almost.
I mean, it's covering the whole city. Like
well,
they've discovered that by looking at Will's maps. It's underneath the entire town.
Yes, but this is not the Upside Down per se. This is like, I guess it's maybe trying to take over.
True.
Our side, because
so maybe that's what Will's envisioning, is them actually taking over Hawkins. You know, when he saw the arcade sign and all that.
No, because you got to remember the Upside Down's there.
True.
But it's like it's existing simultaneously together, but it's almost like the Upside Down is like trying to reach over into ours and take over.
Yes, I get what you're saying.
I almost consider it like a parasitic universe.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
That's a really good term.
Because there's the same thing in that world as there is in our world, but it's dark and abandoned and those creepy tentacles and looks like a circulatory system is everywhere. But we see something very interesting, and it's almost like Will is connected to it, because at the end, when the government team shows up, goes down there, rescues Bob and Will's mom, and they decide to do their flamethrower thing on it,
like they've been
and
trying to
start burning
do.
it.
Yeah.
Will responds very negatively and basically has like this screaming seizure.
I know, it was horrible.
As they're hitting it, and that's how the episode ends. Holy crap, like I don't even... Here's the thing. There's some kind of connection there, and obviously. And you see earlier in the episode, they took some of the soil from that area and they were running tests on it. And when they put fire to it, it did the whirlwind thing. Well, then all the other tubes of it that weren't even caught fire, they did the whirlwind thing. So I'm assuming, like, if you notice, the whirlwind didn't happen at the farm.
Right.
Or they would have showed it.
Yes.
So maybe distance is a factor. Maybe if they move Will away from that fire, he won't feel the connection. Because he's already not feeling it whenever they burn at the entrance.
Right.
So, we'll see. I think it's a distance thing. I think the further away that he is, the less he feels.
Well, it's like when they got really close to Hopper, he knew exactly where to go.
Yeah.
Like he didn't even
amplified.
know. Yes, it was just like, turn right now.
It's almost like that thing is like the core of it is like a transmitter, and the further he gets away, the less it affects him.
Yes, absolutely.
But we don't have the specifics. Just kind of having to wait and see how this whole thing works, and it may not ever be explained. That's one of the big things about this show. But of all this, the highlight to me is we finally see what happens to Eleven's mom, and it was seriously one of the most.
Boo-hoo when that happened. I was just like, oh my god, this is
it was one of the most hardcore, emotional, like nerve-wrenching scenes that this series has put out. And come to find out, she actually did have the baby. The baby was taken from her, but she remembered.
She remembered.
Because she was conscious when it happened.
It didn't cause her to have a nervous breakdown like everyone would think.
Yeah.
They electric shocked her.
Yeah. And the words that she's been saying over and over
is what she remembers.
Yeah, is just the few things she remembers, and
that she can spit out.
Yeah, she's reliving that same stuff over and over and over.
Horrible. And because is that her sister, or her aunt?
I think it's her sister.
That's 11's sister, or her aunt?
No, it's 11's aunt.
Okay.
It's her mom's sister. I'm almost positive. Yeah. I'll have to look that up.
But she was, well, they tell me that it's like she keeps having the same dream. And she said, is it good? I hope so. Well, no, it's not. She's reliving her last few sane moments. Over and over again.
The dude who was like, presented himself as 11's father at the laboratory and had her and everything, took her, he was there in the operating room when they took 11 as a baby. And so her mother decides to load a gun and go in after him and take 11 back, and manages to see her and shoots a cop and everything, and they end up putting like freaking electrodes to the side of her head and like basically shock
450 volts.
Yeah, end up putting the memories right out of her, just zaps her brain. And so I wonder, can that be repaired? I wonder, by her.
By 11?
Yeah. Like, think about it. Maybe. We've already seen that there's the other girl. And speaking of...
she was with her.
Yeah. That was the older girl in there. And she managed to get out, too. And she's out. She's going to come into play.
Oh, I'm sure she will.
At some point.
Yes.
And we've already seen that she can do, like, mind things. She can get into people's mind. So here is our out. We may see 11's mother somehow have her mind repaired or something. I'm not going to say it, but we've got
one can hope for that, honey.
Yeah, we have a plot line method of making that happen at this point, I think. So I don't know. I'm hoping, because that was a really messed up story.
Yeah, it was awful.
Anything else we're missing?
I think that's it. We covered 11's story. We covered...
oh, the whole deal with Lucas and Max. That deal, I think, is really starting to come to a head. Because her brother, whatever the crap he is, has seen Lucas again. And seems to be really irritated about the whole thing of her hanging around with these guys. Him specifically. I almost feel like there might be some kind of racial thing there.
It might be.
Yeah, that's the vibe I get. Yeah. Especially from that kind of guy,
Right.
But we'll see.
It might be, or I pick up a jealousy vibe badly. I don't know if he's jealous that she has friends. I don't know if she's jealous that she's around other males. Because he almost puts off that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And then Dustin ends up with Steve.
Yeah, I think that is going to be...
that's going to be interesting.
It's going to be fun, I think.
Yeah.
That's going to be the fun part.
That's going to be the comic relief.
Now, Dustin did manage, I guess, to get the mess cleaned up at home.
Oh, yeah.
He got the chemicals
out.
He
had to. He didn't have no other choice because he couldn't get in touch with anybody else.
And here's the thing, always, I was honestly under the impression that, Dustin hated the cat or whatever, and so it was like, oh, God, my mom. But whenever he knocked that little mini monster into the cellar, he was like,
sorry,
I'm sorry.
You ate my cat.
Yeah, but you ate my cat, and that was it. So, he had a soft spot for the cat regardless. It's his pet, so... But yeah, I mean, this was an awesome episode.
This was a really good episode.
This is another 11.
You think it's another 11?
Yeah.
Especially with the 11.
The 11 reveal and,
That's what did it for me.
Yeah, the 11 reveal.
Because otherwise, really, it was a 10 compared to the other episodes. But when I really think about that scene with her mother and 9/11.
Oh, I'll go ahead and say this. That's probably going to be up to this point, the most memorable scene of the season.
Yeah.
That's going to be, like, when they go back and make, like, a top 10 list of Stranger Things' biggest moments, that's going to be number one.
Has to be.
Unless some crazy crap happens over the next 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. But anyway, really enjoyed this episode. I give this one another 11. That's 3 11s in a row. Are they going to be able to do that with the next episode? Who knows?
Keep it low key. What's this stream? We just finished reviewing the latest, not the latest, but chapter 5 on Stranger Things 2.
There are 9 episodes of Stranger Things 2 on Netflix that just released yesterday.
We're already on.
We just finished number 5.
Yay.
So what we're doing is, like yesterday we did what? 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Today we've done 3, 4, and 5, and we're going to do 6 right after we watch it. Like, we've got it pulled up on the PlayStation right now, getting ready to watch it. And then as soon as we finish watching this, we're going to hop back on with a chapter 6 review. And depending on if we're still awake, if we're still able to function, which I just got through basically downing a nos, and so I don't see me doing anything for another couple hours. Like, I'm going to be like... But yeah, we are basically binging it through the weekend. We're going to have it completely done and reviewed before hopefully about 3 p.m. tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And tomorrow we're actually going to finish Stranger Things. We're going to do an Orville review, and then we're going to do The Spoiling Dead after The Walking Dead goes off tomorrow night. We're doing all that stuff live. So if you don't want to miss out and you want to kind of discuss the show with us, whether it be the Orville, Stranger Things, Walking Dead, whatever, we're reviewing all of them live. You can hop in the chat, subscribe to us. That way you don't miss when we go live. You can get that notification, hop on, start chatting with us. Our reviews usually take between 15 and 20 minutes a pop. Mm-hmm. So then even if you do miss it, you can hop in the chat.
And it takes 3 hours.
It does. For some reason, those take a while.
Well, there's a lot more detail to Game of Thrones.
And the Spoiling Dead, our Walking Dead reviews, they actually take a little while too. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah. Okay. That's it. That's what we do. So stay tuned with us here in about 50 minutes to an hour. We're going to hurry up and watch episode 6 of Stranger Things. What's episode 6 called? Let me pull that up real quick. Episode 6 is actually called The Spy. And that is, I'm sure, a Will reference. Gonna... Alright, so anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that subscribe button, like our video.
Cartoon said, dang, I'll be asleep.
Yeah, we're going to do at least one more. We might do another one, but it depends on how tired we are. Anyway, stay with us. We'll be back in an hour. Like our video, subscribe. Be sure to enter that contest. Down, the link is actually in the video description. So
way over there.
Yeah. Way on down there. But anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. This has been our review of Stranger Things 2, Chapter 5, titled Dig Dug.